Today's TED Talks are being brought to you by Cota Painting. Contact Cota Painting for all your interior and exterior painting needs. Servicing the Bemidji and Walker area. Call Vern at 701-330-1261. That's 701-330-1261.
Ted Swetzler here from Twins Daily and at TL Schwarz on Twitter with another weekly TED Talk segment. The Twins had a rough weekend, swept by the Cleveland Guardians. Their playoff hopes are basically on life support at this point. They started with a solid win on Tuesday night against Cleveland. Joe Ryan went 7 innings, no-hit innings, actually. It was a tough decision for Rocco Baldelli, but maybe it shouldn't have been viewed all that difficult. Ryan was over 105 pitches. I want to say he left at 106. Still needed 6 outs. Yeah, you'd love to see him get a no-hitter, but really this weekend against the Guardians is their last chance at any sort of postseason expectations. And so to tax him in a game that they were winning 6-0 really just didn't make sense. Giovanni Moran got through the 8th inning, tried to work through the 9th for the combined no-hitter, and just gave up, I believe, 3 runs on a couple hits. Obviously was a dominant outing, was not as close as the score would dictate. What the Twins do against the Royals really doesn't matter this week. They need to hold serve. They need to at least win this series, take Wednesday and Thursday's game, and then go into the weekend. They have 5 games against Cleveland with a doubleheader on Saturday. That really is their last salvo. If the Twins don't win that series or at least win 2, they're probably out of it for the season. A sweep is very, very unlikely, especially with a doubleheader in there. But 4 or 5 games back and 5 games coming with the Guardians, they could really make up some ground. Cleveland and Chicago have a handful of series still left together. There's going to be some cannibalization in the AL Central. So if the Twins can make some noise over the weekend, it drastically changes their outcomes. Realistically, I don't think it matters who from a pitching perspective returns. Josh Winder returned last week. Bailey Ober's next outing should be with Minnesota. But the pitching, even with Chris Archer going on the IL, isn't the problem. It's more of a lineup issue right now. The back end of the lineup is absolutely terrible. Jake Cave has no business being on a major league roster. Matt Wallner is sitting at AAA. He probably should have been up weeks ago. If Trevor Larnach is not going to be back or is not back by this weekend, I just don't see why you don't shut him down. Jorge Polanco was placed on the IL retroactive to the 31st of August. He's eligible to be back. If he's not back by this weekend, again, who cares? Byron Buxton, from what I know, he could have been playing this whole time. It's more about what he's able to handle from a pain perspective. And, you go down that rabbit hole of how you mitigate pain and deal with pain. If he's not back this weekend and they don't sweep, win 4, win 3 of this series, there's just really not a whole lot of reason to bring him back. So a lot hinges on what the Twins do with Cleveland this weekend, what their roster looks like. Yes, they have 2 series still against the White Sox the rest of the way. Yes, they play the Royals. Yes, they play the Tigers. There's still opportunity for things to get interesting, but Minnesota is walking so wounded into series that matter and series that should be getting them back in the game. Really, everything hinges on how it goes in Cleveland this weekend. So next week when we catch up again, that will be where this season stands and where things lie.